Happy Wednesday. Today is May 31st. I can't believe it's already the end of the month. Today, I want to talk to you about fear and how fear at times paralyzes us and prevents us from doing what we want to do. Um, a lot of people that know me, I guess, consider me this outgoing, fearless person that does everything that he wants and has no fear of and is able to do, like, get up and sing in front of people or go talk to someone or give out a speech. And yes, but at the same time, there's a lot of moments where I still do it with fear. Like, now I know that we all have fear of doing things, and but the difference is that I still do it even with that fear. Like, that fear is still there with me, but I don't allow it to uh, overcome me and to stop me from doing what I want to do. Maybe like a week ago, my cousin invited me to her church. They were having a festival, and she was going to sing, and she invited me to sing with her. That way, the entire hour, it wasn't just going to be her; it was going to be both of us. So of course I agreed, but the junior, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, would have been so nervous and so scared, and would have been nervous for weeks before. That same night would have been nervous, wouldn't sleep all night, and then the day of would have been nervous up until the point of me singing. And then after singing, I would look back and be like, hey, that wasn't really that bad. And why do I do that to myself? Fast forward to 2023, I am learning that I need to enjoy the process. And within that process, I'm going to be learning a lot about me. For example, this time around, whenever she asked me to be um, at the festival, I was able to create my playlist. I added new songs that I've never sung before. And whenever I would go out for my walk, I would listen to the songs that I was about to sing, and I was able to practice on my own. This time around, we didn't have the chance to practice together. She was out of town. She was on a vacation. So we didn't have that time to practice together, but I did have time to practice by myself. And whenever she got back from her vacation, we didn't have time to see each other. So the day of, I was excited. I was a bit nervous. I was a little scared simply because if this was going to be a bigger festival than last time, and it was new songs that I was about to sing. Whenever I picked her up from her house, we were heading that way, but she was very quiet, and I could tell that she was nervous. And I asked, "Why are you nervous?" And she's like, "We didn't practice this time. We didn't practice. Um, it the day's here, and I just don't feel ready." And I said, "We can't let the fear, like, overcome us. We need to enjoy the moment. We've done this before. We know the process. So how about we just go and enjoy it?" And that's exactly what we did. We got to the festival. This time around, I allowed myself to be there a little early to sit down and watch who was singing before us. I gave myself the time to walk up to that singer, congratulate her, introduce myself, and then whenever it was our turn, I enjoyed every single song, and I was making eye contact with the crowd. I was talking a little bit more. When it was my cousin's turn to sing, I was recording her. I was admiring what she was doing, and I was enjoying, making sure that I was enjoying each moment. I didn't allow myself to think of the future, think of when everything was going to be over. On the contrary, I gave myself the opportunity to enjoy each moment and be present. And then by the time everything was done, we were interviewed by the local Catholic radio station, And that right there was another fear that I overcame, because I was gonna sit with the DJ, and he was gonna ask questions, and I could have easily said, no, I don't feel comfortable, I don't want to do it, I'm shy. But no, like I was like, I'm already here, I'm gonna take advantage of this moment, I'm gonna enjoy this moment. And I was able to sit down, relax, and listen to him, and answer his questions. So the fear is present every single day. It really doesn't matter. It's just either, hey, I'm scared of this, am I going to do it or not? I'm nervous about this, am I going to do it or not? It's That's the difference. Either you do it with fear or not, and if you don't, you miss that chance. When it comes down for at work, we do a lot of presentations, and there's moments where I have to speak in front of a lot of people, and or sometimes a smaller group. Smaller groups to me are a little bit more scary, but I still do it. I have to remind myself, this is what you do on a daily basis. You know how to do this. Please don't think that you don't, and enjoy the moment. So whenever I tell myself enjoy the moment, it truly brings me a lot of peace within me, I guess, and it calms me down, and it allows me to enjoy that moment. Because it's true, I already know the material, I know what we do, I know what we offer. It's just calming down, talking about the services, and trying to connect with people so they can understand what we're here to offer, what we have to offer. There's been moments where I have to, take a vacation and I travel, and you do think, well, in my case, let me talk to you about the time maybe 4 years ago, and I'm talking about this time because Facebook reminded me of this trip. So I was planning a trip to Spain in 2019, and I was super excited. It was my first time traveling to Europe, and I was going to be in Spain for maybe 2 weeks. I was going to hit up several cities. It wasn't just going to be one. I think I did the entire country. I started off in Madrid. I went down to Sevilla, Jerez de la Frontera, Malaga, Granada, and Barcelona and Toledo. So I was everywhere, and even though I did go with one of my friends, there were several moments in several cities where I did tours on my own, and I was by myself. And before I got to Spain, I did my research, and I was, finding things to do, places to go eat, places to go visit. And I came across this video of a girl that resides in Spain, but she's from Mexico. So, I started following her not only on YouTube, but also on Instagram, and slowly we became real cool. We became friends. So when the trip was approaching, I let her know that I was gonna go to Spain. So she asked for my itinerary. She We planned out a whole day where I was gonna take the train from one of the cities that I was in, and I was gonna go to her small city where she was living, and I was gonna spend the whole day with her and her husband at the time. And I was able to do all that. Imagine this: a lot of people maybe wouldn't have done all that simply because it's a different city. You don't know anyone over there. But I didn't let fear paralyze me. I ventured out, and I visited places where maybe a normal tourist wouldn't even go, or would stay away from. Like, no, I was trying to go in really deep in there, and I took advantage of that, and I visited a lot of cities, a lot of spaces. There was one time where it was maybe 1 in the morning, and I decided to walk out and just walk around the city. This city was Malaga, and I was on my own, and I was like, I didn't feel like my life was in danger at all, but you do have this fear of not knowing where you're at, and the fear of, I guess, getting lost, or you name it, you just don't know, you're in a different place. And I recall that I was walking and I could hear a Mexican mariachi like far away. So I figured maybe it's a speaker, maybe it's a, like somebody's playing music. But as soon as I got close to the cathedral, there was an actual mariachi band playing, and it was 1 in the morning, and everyone was out there just enjoying the mariachi. And I was like, moments like that, you're like, I these are moments that I'm enjoying, and I didn't let the fear of the unknown keep me in my room. Like, I ventured out. There's moments where there was one time where I was in Mexico City, and the night before, my friends and I took off to the bars, and the Uber driver was really cool. So the next morning, I got the same Uber driver, and I really don't recommend this. I'm just letting you know what I did. And I asked the Uber driver to take me to the pyramids, and he took me, and on the way, the drive to the pyramids, we talked a lot. He 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 felt like a cool guy. When we get to the pyramids, he was like, if you want me to, I can wait for you here, and then I'll take you back to the hotel. And my reply was like, no, you're gonna go with me and do the tour together, because I need somebody to take pictures of me up there. Mind you, like, I'm at that moment, I think I was scared of heights, and so me going up that pyramid meant a lot. Like, I was like, I'm already here. I'm not gonna let fear prevent me from actually going up there. So I did. I was very scared, and I took a lot of breaks, because there was a lot of, on top of me being scared of going up there. It's not an easy hike to go all the way up to the pyramid. But once I was up there, I was able to enjoy the view. I was able to see all the hot air balloons and take pictures. But if I would have let fear overcome me at that moment, I wouldn't have been able to see all that. There was another time I was in New York, and it was probably one of my. I was by myself that time, and I saw the Empire State Building, and I was like, I'm gonna go up there, and I was really scared, but I, bought my ticket, and I went all the way up there, and I walked out, and I held on to the rails, and I was able to see the entire view, and I feel so proud of myself, because I really don't let fear overcome and prevent me from enjoying those beautiful moments. But I also understand now that fear comes in different, like different areas of your life. That's the, I guess, adventurous part of me, where I travel and I want to do this and that. But then there's another fear that is, and on a daily basis, like the simple saying no. Like, for me, it's very difficult. It's getting better, but like the whole saying no to, let's say, clients, or to family members, or to friends. There was this fear of me um, getting somebody upset, of them feeling like I was betraying them. There was this fear all the time, but I decided, or I now see it and realize that it's just another form of fear, and I need to handle it case by case, situation by situation, and really learn something from that. And when it comes down to my clients, there's going to be a lot of times where I have to say no, but I can't have that fear that um, I am failing, because I'm not. And whenever begin to say no to family members or friends, I think I would have that fear of losing them, or that fear of them being upset with me was always present, and it was always something that was there. And now I can tell you that whenever you say no to situations or actions, you're actually saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to your mental health. You're saying yes to your integrity. You're saying yes to your values. So it's not a bad thing to say no. So I am learning to how to eliminate that fear, because it was truly it was truly preventing me from actually doing and saying what I really wanted to say. Um, these are, like I mentioned, fear comes in different aspects in your life, and it's on a daily basis. It doesn't just happen once in a while. For me, it's every day that I wake up and I encounter certain situations, and fear and awe. I still, if I want to do it and I know that is going to be good for me, I do it. Imagine, or how many of you like don't really apply at the job that you want because you have fear that you are doubting yourself, or you don't want to go talk to that specific person that you like, because you have fear that they're not going to like you back. um what if you have plans to take a trip, but you have fear of traveling on your own? There's a lot of times where fear is there and it paralyzes you, and it happens to everyone. The only difference between that person and this person is the person who actually does it with that fear. So know that whenever you have that courage to do it with fear and awe, you're going to learn something from that experience, and you're going to take something from that experience. And that whole process, that's where you're gathering all that knowledge and gathering all that experience. Don't feel that it's just that end point or that end result. No, like there's a lot of things happening throughout that process that are beneficial to you. So I'm here to tell you that if you're that person that you feel that fear is always around you and it prevents you from doing things that you want to do, understand that every single person around you, your siblings, your parents, your friends, coworkers, they all have that with them. But a lot of the times we don't say it out loud, or we don't share that, because we get embarrassed that people are going to judge us and be like, "What are you scared of? What do you mean you're not going to go apply? What do you mean you're not going to go there? What, scared of what?" Because we don't want to hear that, we keep that to ourselves and we don't share what we really want to do. But I'm here to tell you that the only person stopping you from doing what you want to do is you. So if you really want to do it, if you really want to say what you need to say, or if you really want to go where you want to go, it's up to you to do it. And it's only, you're the only one that has that power. So go for it, enjoy it, and enjoy the process. Um, next, I'm sorry, this tomorrow is already going to be June, so it's going to be Pride Month. So the following videos are, I'm going to try to see if I can talk to you more about pride, about being gay. I hope you have a phenomenal week, and I will see you next week.